Well. You know, I take a look at this green belt, and some of y'all always ask me, Coach, why you don't talk about the belts that much? And you would think that, somebody having a green belt such as this one, I mean, you would actually think that that would afford them a lot of benefits, but no. Maybe if you're Hispanic, you'll be afforded a lot of benefits with this belt. Stay tuned. The coach is going to break it down. All right. LDBC, this is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, guys. Reason being, I don't really talk much about the belts because to me, the belts don't really hold much validity. I know a person can win a belt, and I know a person can be a champion or a super champion. Like, I understand all of this information, but it's just, to me, I think the belts have been so negatively diluted that it really, if a person can be undisputed, it'll probably hold a little bit more validity than just being a champion in a single organization. But I think this belt system too is part of the reason why boxing is kind of where it is, why we have so much of the ducking. See, these governing bodies, they can only do but recommend, But at the end of the day, it's up to the promoter what fights are made. These governing bodies, they really don't dictate anything. They can order. How many times we've heard that a fight's been ordered, but the fight don't happen because the governing bodies they don't run boxing. Okay, these guys, they just make belts. That's really all they do. They make belts. And I can get any one of these organizations on the phone, and I can ask them a barrage of questions if I want to. I got all their phone numbers, but I figured out that when I called the WBC, I figured out that I was wasting my time. And I figured out that, now I know why, we're at where we're at right now with a lot of the issues in boxing when it comes to ducking and people fighting each other. I see why we're where we're at. And it's a shame because boxing can be a million times better. And we could have this sport where we wanted it. But, guys, I'm looking at these rankings, okay? I look at the WBC ranking. Now, it's very convenient that Dillian White, now all of a sudden, he's the #1 contender for Deontay Wilder's belt. And I'm finna break something down to y'all. I think in Eddie Hearn's mind, Eddie Hearn believes that Dillian White can actually defeat Deontay Wilder. I think he believes that. In fact, I think he believes it so much, and that's the reason why he's trying to throw Dillian White in Deontay Wilder's face. And guys, just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Now, when you think about this very heavily, okay? If Dillian White can defeat Deontay Wilder, okay? If Dillian does that, do you think that they would jump on the opportunity to take another fight with Dillian White? Because it'll be Anthony Joshua versus Dillian White too. That fight will be in-house, okay? It's a fight that Eddie Hearn can easily make, and Joshua will be more open-minded to taking that fight. The reason why is because he already beat Dillian White. That's an easy fight for him, okay? It's an easy fight. He beats Dillian White, and he don't have to deal with Wilder. Guys, you can see this from a mile away, and it's not that the LDBC is just hating on Anthony Joshua. It's not the LDBC. We're not hating on him. We roll with him. It's just we don't roll with people who when they start talking very scary. And the last straw, I mean, folks, come on, man. The man said he didn't even want Deontay Wilder in the ring. Folks, let's stop bashing the LDBC for 1 second, y'all. And listen to what the man said. The man said, I don't want Wilder in the ring with me. I don't, okay? I mean, and Sky Sports can confirm this. He don't want him in the ring. Now, let's look at all the other ones, okay? Let's look at all the other governing bodies. I'm just looking, okay? Now, you got the WBA, okay? Now, you got Povetkin in there. Now, guys, isn't this funny, too, man? Isn't this funny how, all of a sudden now Big Baby Miller, he seems to be a contender. He seems to be a contender, like, wait a minute. So, Big Baby Miller. You can already see the positioning, man, that that Joshua and Miller, they're probably going to have a fight in the future. Okay, I can tell you that now. And I can tell you that Eddie Hearn wanted to position Dillian White to be the WBC champion so Joshua can just take that belt from him with ease. I mean, now it'll be an opportunity of a lifetime for Dillian White, but he's not going to beat Anthony Joshua. He's not going to do it. Big Baby Miller, they're not going to beat Anthony Joshua. And notice how Big Baby Miller again, okay? Y'all see how Big Baby Miller is in position. And I don't even think Big Baby Miller I don't even think he earned his ranking. I don't think he earned his ranking. I think that there are others on this list that got better resumes. Luis Ortiz, I think he's a better fighter, okay? I think he's a much better fighter. Matter of fact, Luis Ortiz is not even on the WBA list, man. They got this guy out of there. And maybe some of you can probably shed some light on why certain fighters are not on the list. But it doesn't matter, man, because the promoter and the governing body, they can do whatever they want. I mean, just like all of a sudden that Big Baby Miller they pulled him up to number 3, and Dillian White is the mandatory for Deontay Wilder. Man, or he's the number 1 contender. Same thing. We can see the power of the governing bodies. We see the power of the promoters. But the promoters, they run all of this, man. Eddie Hearn is trying to position all of his guys, his top guys. He wants these guys to be in position to fight for belts, and he wants these guys to be in position for Anthony Joshua to knock these guys off. Like, Eddie Hearn is not really fooling anybody, okay? He not, and you know, I'm not going to completely bash Eddie Hearn all the way. He's put on some good fights, okay? He have, but you know, this man, first, man, they saying, well, Wilder need to slow his roll. Wilder need to fall back. Wilder need to act like he got some sense. Wilder can't be demanding nothing out of anybody. Wilder can't do this. Okay, so Wilder said, forget it. I ain't coming. Now, oh, wait a minute. Deontay Wilder's a coward. Deontay Wilder's afraid to face Dillian White. Deontay Wilder's this. Why is the man afraid to face these guys if he said, you know what? Why would I want to fight you, Dillian White, when I can just fight the guy who knocked you out? And it just make a lot of sense. But the reason being is that Eddie Hearn, or Eddie Sperm, thinks that Dillian White could beat Wilder. And if Dillian White hit him with a lucky shot, you know what? It could go down. But I can't see Dillian White defeating Wilder. But the thing of it is, this is Eddie Hearn plan. That's his plan. And if you put enough guys in front of Wilder, man, eventually one of them guys going to get him. Because if it's not Dillian White, it's going to be Jarrell Big Baby Miller, okay? If it's not that, or it's going to be Dominic Brazil. It's going to be one of those guys that they're going to put them in the way, because Wilder is a threat to AJ. He's a threat. And, we can't stand here and listen to this stuff, man. We can't do it, man. And there are plenty of fighters on this list, man, who they're underranked. But I found it very interesting that Dillian White, they moved him up very quickly. And these governing bodies, man, we need to hold their feet to the fire, man, especially WBC, man. The WBC, I think out of all these governing bodies, I think they're the most corrupt, man. I think they're the most corrupt. I think they do the most underhanded stuff. And, man, come on, man. This got bribe written all over it. And I get tired of people telling me, Coach, that's not true. Do you guys not understand that boxing is run by the mafia? And it's been run by the mafia for over 5 decades, man. Matter of fact, longer than that. The mafia is real when it comes to boxing, man. These guys, man, these promoters, many of them guys got mafia ties, man. Eddie Hearn probably don't have them, but his dad do. I can tell you that now. A lot of these promoters, man, a lot of these people, man, in the management part of the boxing game, they got ties to some people that make a lot of things happen that can make people disappear. Folks, boxing is no joke. It's no joke. And when you talking about money and all the money that's involved when it comes to making a fight, betting on a fight, and doing all kind of stuff, well, you can kind of understand, man, why boxing is the way it is. It's not going to change, man. As long as the mob got a presence in boxing, as long as these governing bodies they're allowed to be corruptible, as long as the promoters, man, they're doing what they do to the governing bodies, they're having their influence. Guys, we're probably not going to see this no time soon. And unfortunately, guys, we may not see this in 2018. We might not see it in 2019. We might not see it in 2020. We might not see it in 2021. Guys, the possibility of this fight never happening is real. Okay? This fight not happening is real. It's as real as day. And I get sick of people. Well, the LDBC, man, they just supporting Wilder because that's their guy. It's not that we're supporting Wilder, but guys, come on, man. Come on. I mean, what does Anthony Joshua have to do? Do he have to tell you, I'm not fighting Wilder? Oh, wait a minute. He already did that. He already did that. He pretty much already told you I'm not fighting him. He said it. I don't want to face him. I'm not fighting him. I mean, what else does he have to do, man? I'm sick of people, man, just getting on the LDBC for what? For calling this out. If Wilder was doing it, I'd be calling his ass out too. I'd be calling him out. I would say, Deontay Wilder, you acting real scary. But it's not Deontay Wilder. It's not the one. He wants to fight. Deontay Wilder want to fight this guy. This guy don't want to fight. That's just what it seemed to me. You guys tell me what you think. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe.